Repertory Theater. Please note the exits on either side of the auditorium indicated with red signs. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please use these exits and move away from the theater. Video and audio recording are strictly prohibited. Thank you.
Beloved shipmates, I come here today to preach to you the story of Jonah and the whale, a tiny book, just 4 chapters long. One of the smallest strands in a mighty cable of Scripture. Yet, what depths of the soul was Jonah's deep sea line sound? What a noble thing is this canticle in the fish's belly. It is a lesson to us all, both as sinners and as pilots of the living God, that when God gives us a command, we must not run from the task. God spoke to Jonah in his head. God spoke to Jonah in his head. Filled his heart with words of dread. Jonah believed every word he said. God spoke to Jonah in his head. God gave Jonah a hard command. God gave Jonah a hard command. Tell everybody about the bones and blood buried deep their feet. Tell them they had honey in their eyes, honey warm and sweet. Jonah didn't like that none. So Jonah started to run. We are all in the belly of the whale, hiding in the dark from the sins that tell our tale. And the darkness will take us down, lest we speak truth to power. Only then will we be free, you and me, hand in hand on a coffin, drifting on the sea. Jonah on the ship, slouched with sin, trying to get where God hadn't been. Sweating like a drunk in his purgatory bed, as the shadows spin round the floor, Jonah's head. Jonah on the ship, slouched with sin. And in torment, Jonah cries. Jonah wrestles, and Jonah sighs. Until at last he drowns in sleep. Dreams of death on the water. The sky grows black, the seas and me, and the whale and roar of the winds and then sea. As the storm tries to break the ship, the men cry out, where's the Jesus beneath us? They tremble and thunder the flames above poor Jonah's head. And then they cry out to the Lord. And then they throw Jonah overboard, and the sea grows calm. Yes, we are all in the belly of the whale, hiding in the dark from the sins that tell our tale. And the darkness will take us down, lest we speak truth to power. Only then will we be free, you and me, hand in hand on a coffin, drifting. His jaws close around Jonah's soul. Jaws close around Jonah's soul, as he sinks down into the belly of the whale, of the whale. He sinks down into the dark depths of the whale. He sinks down into the belly of the whale, of the whale. He sinks down into the dark depths of the whale. heart, body, and brain. I see him now. That's the first line of my favorite book. So, there's a chapter title before it, Etymology, supplied by a late consumptive usher to a grammar school. In my head, I always picture the usher looking like my uncle. A stout, hunched-over old man with thick glasses, scooting about an enormous library, all oak and marble, and he's dusting his old lexicons and grammars with a queer handkerchief. He works there with his buddy, a grubworm of a poor devil of a sub-librarian, who looks like my uncle's oldest and dearest friend. It's two old fellows spending their days cataloging their books and bickering like an old married couple about which ones belong in the hallowed canon of great literature, while the busts of great white men loom over them like an old married couple. Actually, before the etymology, there's the contents. And before that, there's a dedication. In token of my admiration for his genius, this book is inscribed to Nathaniel Hawthorne. Melville met Hawthorne in the summer of 1850 as he was finishing the book. The two men lived in the Berkshires, just 6 miles from each other. They met at a hiking party climbing Monument Mountain. Apparently, they shared a bottle of champagne and took to each other immediately. They became close friends, getting together all the time, drinking, smoking, and talking about writing and America. They shared a legendary correspondence. Melville was almost certainly in love with him. After he read Hawthorne, he was moved to write something sprawling and subversive, biblical and Shakespearean, American and great, a wicked book, broiled in hellfire, baptized in the name of the devil. But when the book first came out, it was a bomb. Sold less than 4,000 copies in Melville's lifetime. He wrote to Hawthorne, "Though I wrote the Gospels in this century, I should die in the gutter." But Hawthorne started to withdraw. A few months later, he moved away, dissolving whatever relationship the two men had. Melville burned all Hawthorne's letters. He died 40 years later, unhappily married, having lost 2 sons to sickness and suicide. He spent his last years working in a customs office, poor and unread, threadbare, in coat, heart, body, and brain. It's been kind of a hard couple of years for me. I lost someone, and I just don't really feel safe in this country right now, and just not really sure who I am, how I fit. But I come back to this book whenever I need to lose myself in something and remember what a beautiful, sprawling mess this country can be. The great democracy of the whale ship. Only, in my head, I get to cast the Pequod as the America I want to see. Before we start, I want to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Massachusetts tribe. They stewarded this land for thousands of years before the invaders came. After Harvard was founded in 1636, they established an Indian college with a pledge to educate and Christianize the native population. They even translated and printed a Massachusetts Bible on the first printing press in America, 3 blocks from here. The college closed in 1693 due to lack of enrollment. All right. Let's do this. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little or no money in my purse, and nothing particular to interest me on shore, I thought I would sail about, see the watery part of the world. Way I have of driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation. Whenever I find myself growing grim about the mouth, there's a damp, bristling November in my soul. Whenever I find myself bringing up the rear of every funeral parade I meet, when it's all I can do just to stop myself from knocking people's hats off in the street, that's when I account it high time to get to sea just as soon as I can. This is my substitute for the pistol and the 1,000 mermaids sing.
By them. A fearless man. You're at a difference, I tickle me well too.
He tickles his elbows too.
But when I say, oh my God, you better pop. And I'm flask, mediocre flask. I don't know much, I'm not gonna ask.
Running their mate to his very son, spies his whales and kills them for fun.
I don't marvel at whales, I don't gush about whales, I hunt whales, I kill whales, I destroy whales.
And these three noble white men stand upon the backs of three noble non-white men. Noble savages.
Quick, quick, touch, they go down.
Dadu, a giant 6'5" harpooner from Africa. I've got a lion like walking under rat like stairs. Hashtag an unfixed woman, noble hunter from Marlon's vineyard. I used to haunt the bush, but now I haunt the whale. Queequeg, a native of Rocococo, an island far, far away. It's not down on any map. It's actually a made-up island. I tell you more, but I'm gonna have my own song in just a minute.
Before we go to that great border, then one eye.
We are isolados, solitary men, gathered together on the sea, traveling to the ends of the earth.
And when we reach that end,
We will lay down all the world's grievances, every injustice, indignity, or mockery.
every time we were beaten and butchered, kicked and cut,
Mutilated, humiliated, hated. We lay down these grievances before God, and God shall be judged.
and God shall be judged. Come hither, broken hearted. Here's another life. Sail away from the dirt, stones, and graves. Let oblivion let the gentle ocean take you.
Which of you sailors is called Ishmael?
That's me, sir.
Well, what a sweet little thing you are. New to whaling?
Yes, sir. I know no more honorable and dignified profession than that of a whaler.
Oh, he's new, all right. Green as a hopping toad.
Soft in the lungs.
You always so highfalutin. Don't you talk sharp?
Talk sharp, sir.
Aye, shark, 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 shark. What'd the owners give you?
1/300th lay, sir.
Well, you work your little bones hard, Ichabod, and we'll all get a nice fat paycheck and sail home soon. Old Stubby's got his eyes on his script shop pipe.
Now, be kind to our new friend. He's a creature of God like the rest of us.
Well, we were just teasing, Mr. Starbuck.
Ishmael,
How are thee finding the whaler's life so far?
Wonderful, sir. Thank you. Very restorative.
Huh, my first voyage. I envy thee. My whole family has been whalers. My father, his father, my brother. When we return, I intend to start training my son, my boy Daniel. Let him taste the sweet and salty air of the open sea.
You know, actually, if you have a minute, I've been working on this new system of classifying whales, putting them all into different categories based on various traits they share, organizing them into a rational taxonomy. Maybe you would like to take a look?
Maybe another time.
Maybe another time.
Now, Mr. Ishmael, about thy quarters. We are short on hammocks, so thou wilt be sharing a bed with Fleetleg, my new harpooner.
Excuse me?
Thou wilt be sharing a bed with Fleetleg. A bed, a proper bed, not a hammock. He is my harpooner.
This is an upgrade.
Oh, problem?
Flea?
No, sir. It's just, I don't really like to sleep two in a bed. Kind of like to be private when I'm sleeping.
And you call yourself a sailor?
I'll sleep with others in the same room, but I should have my own hammock, my own blankets, my own skin.
Maybe you'd rather sleep overboard like a barnacle.
What is this harpooner like?
Fleetleg is a prince from the South Sea Islands with twisted tattoos all over his face.
And he never eats dumplings. If you catch my drift.
Oh,
I don't know, prefers the taste of something a little more familiar. Oh, and he likes his meat rare, doesn't he?
What are you getting on about?
Now, Queequeg's a cannibal, that's all.
A cannibal? Well, I don't want to sleep with a cannibal. I don't want to sleep with a cannibal. Maybe I'm prude, but it just seems kind of rude. And I don't want to sleep with a cannibal.
No, you don't want to sleep with a cannibal.
And I love new things, but I don't want to try this. First thing I saw was this big harpoon, and it scared me a little. Next thing I saw was his crazy tattoos, and it scared me a little. Scared him a little. Last thing I saw, he was holding in his hands, it was a bundle of shrunken human heads. That scared me a little. Scared me a little bit too. And when Queequeg came in, I said, "Angel, save me!" I said, "Cannibal, don't get too close." And Queequeg cried,
W, you know speaking, damn me I get it. Speaking, telling me, who me, damn me I get it.
"I just don't want to sleep with a cannibal."
Oh, I understand. And I'm sorry for your little mind. Yes, I'm a cannibal. But don't you wanna know what kind? Cannibalism is an outdated term, and it needs to be rethunk, I think, cause it lumps together endo-cannibals, exo-cannibals, necro-cannibals, and homicidal cannibals, even though they're pretty distinct. Endo-cannibals, exo-cannibals, necro-cannibals, and homicidal cannibals, distinct. Now I am a necro and no sleep, which means I just eat the people from my tribe, and I wait till they're dead. I can see you're hopeless. Yo, Joe, deliver me from basic bunk mates.
No, wait, I'm sorry, I want to learn.
All right. Try to keep up. If you love someone, don't throw him in the ground. Water him up and pass him around. I believe flesh contains as big as a soul, and it's yummy when you put it in a casserole. Now we do sometimes meet people outside my tribe too, but only as a sacred ritual. They don't engage in a noble war. You finally win, but what was I fighting for? You can gain some wisdom when you empathize. this is wrong or this or that is right. Everybody's talking politics and religions, but as a cultural relativist, I've seen the light. That's right. Gobble, 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 day. Too much. Scabba-dabba-dabba, day. Now take us home. Nice. And you eat chicken.
And I eat beef.
And those animals, if you're a lot of grief. And though you find my customs a little bit strange, at least I know my meat lived its last free range.
Why, you're just as much a human as me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I would be honored to share a bed with you.
Don't hog the covers and try not to drool.
So, I guess I'm gonna sleep with a cannibal. I guess I'm gonna sleep with a cannibal. While the foolies jump and chaw on their padded decorum. I'll be snuggling with my bosom friend, the cannibal.
Better sleep with a sober cannibal than a drunken Christian.
And then some time went by, some days and nights elapsed. We went. Is it weird we haven't seen our captain yet, Captain Ahab?
What have you heard of Ahab?
Only that he stands on one live leg and one dead leg, made of a whalebone. And of course, Ahab was the vile king of the Bible, whose blood was licked by dogs when he was slain.
Old Ahab didn't name himself. Well, the foolish, ignorant whim of his crazy widowed mother died when he was 12 months old. No, Ahab's a legend.
Fought far stranger foes than Wales, is he?
A Quaker with a vengeance.
Desperate, moody, savage sometimes, but a great, grand, godlike man.
Outswam sharks, danced with devils.
And he's been to college.
Why hasn't he been out of his cabin yet?
Captain Ahab will make himself known when he is ready. Until that time, 'tis not for thee to question him.
Sorry, Mr. Starbucks, sir.
They say he has been a bit changed since last voyage.
Is that when he lost his leg? What happened? I haven't heard the tale.
Here's Ahab in a whaleboat, and the white whale has wreaked destruction and terror. Here is Ahab in a whaleboat,
And the white whale has shattered the boats around.
Ahab stands on two legs. Ahab whirls around. He peers into the water.
The crew is in the water.
He peers into the depths of the water.
And sees a white living spot.
No bigger than a white weasel. And the spot rises up, and the spot magnifies.
And as the spot turns, Ahab sees
White glistening teeth floating up from the undiscoverable bottom.
the glittering mouth yawns beneath the boat like a marble tomb.
And it rises with utmost velocity, and it rises with utmost velocity, until the white whale leaps out of the water. He moves his boat into the air, a mountain of dazzling, his blinding glare like a glacier, and the whale's sickle-shaped
Ahab's leg, like a mower reaping a blade of grass in the field.
Where is Ahab?
Where's Ahab?
Is Ahab, Ahab?
Is Ahab,
Mr. Scarborough,
Captain, good to see you up and about.
send everyone out.
Everyone, sir.
Everyone.
Do you mark him, Flask? The chickens in him fetch the shell. He'll soon be out.
What do you do when you see a whaleman?
Sing out for him.
Sing out for him.
Good. And what do you do next, men?
Lower away and after him.
And what tune is it you pull to, men?
A dead whale or a stove, boats. A dead whale or a stove, boats. A dead whale or a stove, boats. A dead whale or a stove, boats.
More and more strange and fierce grew the countenance of the old man, while the mariners began to gaze curiously, marveling at their own excitement.
Now look you hard men. Do you see this Spanish gold, the blue? This Spanish ounce of gold. It is a $16 piece, my man. Do you see it? Mr. Scarborough, and the topmall. With me. Now you masters are telling me. You tell of a white whale with a wrinkled brow. There's a white whale with a crooked jaw. There's a white whale with 3 holes in his starboard fluke. Spanish gold, boys. Spanish gold. Now, who's gonna be raises me a white whale with a wrinkled brow and a crooked jaw? Who's gonna be raises me a white whale with 3 holes in his starboard fluke? Who's gonna be raises me a white whale? He shall have his gold out the
Captain Ahab, I know this white whale. His spout is bushy and sharp and weak and white as Nantucket and bull. Captain Ahab, I know this white whale too. He swims with a great many iron in his hide. Harpoons are twisted and corkscrew.
Aye, Captain Ahab, I know this white whale too. He destroys and devours, he kills and he hunts, and he lives in all places and all times and parts. The legendary, awesome, deadly, omnipresent, immortal white whale.
Aye, you know it. You know it, men. Death and devil's men. It is Moby Dick you have seen. Moby Dick. Moby Dick. Moby Dick.
Captain Ahab, I have heard of Moby Dick. Was it not Moby Dick that took off thy leg?
To me, my man. Aye, my Parsons. 'Twas Moby Dick gave me this dead stump. Aye, butchered me forever. Robbed me of my body. Sold my very soul. And I chased him round on hope. There I came home. Round the Norway maelstrom. Round perdition's flames until he spouts black blood. A horrid white whale. I take myself against him. Moby Dick. My head, my lungs, my heart, my head. Till
held by his old race from Adam down. And then, as if his chest had been a mortar, he pushed his hot shell upon it.
What's wait a minute? His nice hands on it now. I think you do look great.
A sharp eye for the white whale. A sharp glance for Moby Dick.
Mr. Starbuck, what's this? I'm not a game from a meeting.
I am game for the jaws of death if they come in the way of our business. But I came here to hunt whales, not my commander's business. How many barrels will I business yield in our Nantucket market?
Nantucket market, my vengeance will fetch a great premium here.
Vengeance on a dumb brute that simply smoking the blindest instinct. To be afraid for the dumb thing is blasphemous madness.
Oh, Starbuck, not a dumpling. I know it was that spoke me. All living thing of a pasteboard mask with some unknown reason lying underneath. If man will strike through the mask! How can a prisoner reach outside but by thrusting through the wall? To me, the whale is that wall. Sometimes I think there is no beyond. But teach it out. Not talk to the blaspheming man. That's like the song he really shouted me.
God keep me. God keep us all.
You there, go grab the measure of grog. The measure! Mates, cross your lances before me. Let me touch the axis. Do you feel my electricity, man? Do you feel it, sir? Partner, turn up the socket. Show me the gauntlet end. Cupbearers,
Yeah. You know, you really shouldn't drink so much.
I'm fine. Remember that time I captained Coffin's boat? Flying on grog and harpooned a fin back from 300 feet.
Oh, is it 300 now?
350.
I'm just saying, this is a good gig. We should try to hold on to it.
Survival.
Survive. Hey now, you hear that? Humpback.
We call it in?
No. It's too far out. One male. All alone.
It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Tex. You ever think about getting away from all this? Jumping ship? Hiding out on one of these islands? Living free off fruit and fish?
Last voyage, we passed a swirling vortex of plastic trash in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It was twice the size of Texas. Nearly sucked us in. I don't think there's any getting away from all this, Dad.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. There's gotta be some way out. Hey, look there. A ship. Captain! A ship!
Ship, bring me my trumpet. Ship ahoy! Has seen the white whale!
He's shouting something.
The wind rose, the waves shrieked, and we heard nothing. And then the strange captain's trumpet fell in the sea. And as the two ships passed, a school of fish swimming by our side darted away with shuddering fins, joining the silent stranger's flanks.
Swim away from me, do you? You dare swim away from me? You dare?
Bye bye, little fish. Bye bye. Bye bye, little fish. Bye bye.
Just say goodbye. Say goodbye. Little fish run away. But the men are mine. It's not so hard a task. Starbuck dared to be true. But he is but a sapling in a hurricane. So many anthills of power stand before me that I their match. But hard done to set fire into others. The match itself needs wasting. Sunset, the warm waves blush like wine. The sun goes down, and my soul mounts up. My pipe, what business have I with this pipe? My mild white fingers, a mild white hair, not tawny gray locks like mine. Died one where the sun sets. Died one when my pipe smoke charmed. No more. This lovely light, it lights not me. Our witness is anguish. I'm dead in the midst of hell. This crown I wear, made of iron, not gold, is so heavy. The jagged edge it beats against my brain. But the men I eat, their souls are sold, they're ready to burn and bleed and punch to your slave. Dare you not be found and a ragged king. Ahab's compliments to you on Ahab's of again. Our soul is moved to run on iron rails. I run through hearts of mountains, over gorges, under raging river beds. I see it and swerve me. My soul is moved to run on iron rails. I run through hearts of mountains, over gorges, under raging river beds. Now see it and swerve me. As the sun goes down, I will throw my pipe into the sea. I see it can swerve me. This lovely light, it lights not me. God